よっしゃこんぐらいかな。うまくいくかなわかんないな。よし。やるぜ。すいません。うまくいくかこれ。反応したりしなかったりする。めっちゃ検出された。ちょっと失敗した。こんばんは。ちょっと待って。いくつか失敗したよ。ちょっと待ってね。角度悪いんかな。ちょい、お待ち。もう一回やらせて。もう一回やらせて。ちょっと待ってね。なんだっけ。小耳くんを紹介したかったんですが、つながるかな。今日も小耳くん仕事したくない系だな。これはちょっと考えないといかんね。じゃない。すいません。はい。してる。はい、こんばんは。今日は、before your eyes。まばたきで反応してくれるゲームらしいんですが、さすがにちょっと、厳しいか？いくつか失敗しました。多いぞ。件数多いぞ。いや、ウェブカメラ使うとがっつり顔映っちゃうんで、それはどうなんだっていうね。なくてもいいんですけどね、せっかくだからやりたいんだなーって感じです。全然ですね。大丈夫。もうちょい。もうちょい。もうちょい。OK。すべて検出されました。はい、ゲームを始める。なんかいくかな。これはまばたきのゲームです。あなたがまばたきをすると、 ゲームが反応します。わかりますか？よかった。印に向かって瞬きしてください。ちょっと待ってね。口パク動かんね。ちょい待ち。口パクが動かない。これは、こうか、こう、こう。合ってるか？ OK。あっち。あっち。あれ。メトロノームがあるときに瞬きすると、次のシーンに移ります。瞬きをし続けてください。何？若干音大きいかもしれない。君難しい子やね。よいしょ。何？バウなこの野郎、これは俺のもんだ。何？よう磨けない顔だな。ずいぶん明るく光るやつ。明るく光る。鳥がめっちゃおる。名前はって口がないのか？握手もできない。鼻もないときた。他の手段はないもんかな。いいか、すぐにわかるさ。体が、何？体はあんたの中にある。わかるか？この手を見て瞬きしてみな。はい。瞬きの天才。めっちゃバカにされてる。直感？魂。
That's where I'm taking you to see the gatekeeper, to be judged. I'm gonna present your case.
これはあんたの人生の話をする。これ？はい。
She's impressed. I get paid the Bitcoin, and you get yourself a spot in her magnificent city. If she ain't, well, I eat seagull for dinner again, and you. We don't have to worry about that, because I am the best orator you'll find on these sickly waters. Class A storyteller, believe you me.
Oh,
shut up, you trash birds. You had your chances. It wasn't my fault you were no good. Layabouts.
What? Nani?
Clock watchers. I got some words for you. Sorry you had to hear that. So sure, maybe I'm not the most verbose storyteller out there, but I know how to spin a yarn if I'm given something.
面白い話ができる。
Your life.
あんたの人生を見せてくれ。 あんたがどれだけ特別なのか理由を知りたいんだ。特別？さあ思い出してくれ。最初の頃まで。思い出せる最初の出来事まで。そしたらあんたを送るよ。でもな、あそこがどれほど気に入ってもとどまることはできない。青滝のために時間は前に飛ぶ。1秒先かもしれない。5年先かもしれない。ここはそういう世界だ。準備ができてるというか、次にあんたが瞬きをしたら送り返す。はい。怖くないさから。今度はせいぜい楽しむんだな。今度は。ああ。今日は素敵な日になるわね。どうして笑ってるの？本当にここが好きなのね。これ瞬きを我慢してたら、ああ。ウィンク。なんか書いてる。Hello?
Let's go get you some seashells. What do you say?
貝殻？消えた。
You see that big spiky plant over there?
大きな植物。
That's called an agave.
龍舌蘭。
11 years from now, that plant
11年後には枯れて花いっぱいの大きな木が新しく生まれる。おー。
covered in flowers. We'll have to keep our eyes on that one.
Day
really slipped away, didn't it?
もう産地チェックかと思った。
Well, days have a tendency to do that, I guess.
日々ってそういうものなのよね。うん。飛ばしちゃった。瞬きしちゃった。よし、行くぞ。どこ行くんすか？お前の手。ベニーワンヤーオード。瞬きしちゃった。こう、トライアイと戦うゲームな気がしてきた。ピアノ。
Oh, you want to play along with mommy, don't
お、
you?
マミー？時間でも過ぎるのかな？お、落ちた。
Sounds good, honey.
I'm sending it to my mentor next week. It has to be perfect.
パ？
Well, sounds pretty perfect to me.
Yeah, what do you like about it?
割れてる。
I like the music.
落としちゃった。判定が。
Look at his little face. What do you think he's thinking about?
宇宙の謎。
Probably solving the problems of the universe.
なんかついてくる。何？
So,
泡？
do you think he's going to be smart?
I don't see why not. I mean, we're both pretty smart.
Yeah, but
う
that doesn't mean
ね
he's going to be. No, it's not derivative. At least I didn't think it was. Do you think you could tell the other members of the selection committee what I just told you? Right. No, I'm sorry.
それで。
I guess I just put a lot of expectation on this call. Okay, I understand. Thanks
ダ
for
メだったの
considering
か。
my piece, John. It really means a lot. Oh, that's sure a little mess of color.
投げる？
Hey,
あ、
we do not
は
do
い。
things
ごめんなさい。
If you're mad that you aren't good at
はい。 めくる
See? That used to be my piano.
お、ママのピアノ。
My dad gave it to me. He loved music. Fled his home country just to have a chance to pursue it.
亡命してきた。
He made me practice so much. I hated it at first. I think he hoped to make it further than conducting the high school choir.
Okay, Benny.
は
Are
い。
you ready to see something really special?
何
I just don't want him to get attached. Richard,
What?
that's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
猫。
What's wrong with that?
かわいい。ああ。かわいい。
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember?
E メジャー。
There you go. Doesn't that make you feel happy? Like you just want to jump up and down? Now what about C minor?
マイナ
Remember
ー。
how to play that one?
Oh.
Very good. Just one note different. That one sounds sad, doesn't it? Amazing what a difference one little change can make on how a person feels.
風邪ですか 大丈夫かな
A little friend on your piano there.
あ。
She was in grad school studying composition. I never met anyone like her. I just prayed to God I could somehow keep up. I think she liked that I was a professor. Gave me a certain gravitas in her eyes, you know, which I very quickly lost. God, she dragged me to so many places. It was wonderful. Where would you want to go if you could only go to one?
選択肢があったんだ。
Well,
はあ。そうなのか。瞬きちょっと多めに反応されちゃうから困っちゃうぜ。選択肢があった。入院してもいいかな。ん
Wait, that's my piece. How did you figure out how to play that? Richard, are you hearing this?
what?
He's playing my piece. He must have figured it out by ear.
絶対音感。
I was a gifted kid, but he's brilliant. We need to get him into serious piano lessons.
Sure. But, you know, anyone who might be a good teacher for him?
What? I mean, in the city, sure. Not out here, I don't.
I mean, I know someone who might be up to the task.
ママ、ああ。ちょっとね、あれですね。飛んでっちゃうの、あれやな。検出しない設定にしようかな。600、900。よいしょ。瞬き、断念。猫ちゃん。
Oh, God, I have my interview in 5 minutes, and I completely forgot to feed him.
いいよ。
Don't worry, I already did.
Oh, thank God.
Excuse me, of course, sir. It's all organized into folders, sitting ready on my kitchen table. They will literally be on your desk when you get in. What could possibly happen to the files between now and tomorrow morning? We are fine.
あ、
When's he coming?
I'm flying him out in February, remember? You know, I think he was pretty surprised that I could actually afford to do that.
Hey, why not? You're a working woman now.
I guess that's true.
Don't let it go to your head, but yeah.
面白い。
Please let the cat know. It's time to use the litter box, though.
Baby steps. He's got one eye.
しない。じゃん。
This is called a metronome. We use it to measure time so we don't get lost in the music. I want you to start using it
おじ
before
いちゃんが
bed
来る前に使ってみましょう。はい。ポチ。
You know, my father once told me, when I was about your age, the only way
死ん
to
だ
fight
後も
against
生き続
time
けるには天才的才能を作
which
品か
might live on after
作る
you're
こ
gone.
とだ。
So I asked him,
お、
what about your
早くなっ
children?
た。
Thinking, I might be a work of genius just as I was. He said,
あ、早くなってる。
I suppose if you made a work of genius, I could live on through that as well.
なんだ
I haven't seen him in over 10 years.
おじい
Can
ち
you
ゃん。
believe that?
というこ
I
と。
wonder if he'll even recognize me.
自分合ってないんだな。ちっちっちっちっ。何？何？
You really need to stay in time with the metronome, okay?
Subdivide the time. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E.
You're off.
あ、
You're off, Ben. You can't hear that?
うわ。
There you go, buddy. Okay, now keep a firm grip on it, just like that.
うん、合ってない。おめめ。
Oh my. Well, don't think you like that, pal. Sorry, buddy.
あ、
Turn around, L, so we can photograph you.
ば？
I'm just really behind right now. Why don't you take photos in the backyard? It may not be interesting at first, but if you keep going back out there every day, you'll be surprised by how much it changes.
教育ママになっちゃったのか。なんか悲しいな。
Ernie, buddy.
Ernie!
Ernie.
Ernie, we need
細
you!
い。
God, L, what if you got eaten by a coyote?
My
Coyote.
sinuses would be eternally indebted.
What did you just say?
No, I said I'm really worried. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty!
God, honey, I'm worried too.
でね。
I know, sweetie.
Ernie, kid, come to Papa. I know you're mad about last night, but this is ridiculous.
What happened last night?
Step on his back.
お腹を踏んじゃっ
God.
た。
What?
Well, if he survived that, I don't know how worried we have to be.
Okay, well, let's take this seriously, okay? He has one eye. That means predators can come up from one side and he doesn't even know. Okay? Let's take this seriously. Ernie! Come on, dude!
猫ちゃん、アーニー。
So So you're saying it's a coincidence that it disappears for weeks and then comes back with a huge
Oh.
belly?
But Ernie's a boy.
And you're sure about that?
お腹大きくなってる。
Uh-huh. And that was based on...
Peel distance.
Say that one more time, sweetie.
Peel.
I'm still not understanding how you let this happen.
I don't know. I didn't think about
わあ。
it. It just happened.
You just happened to find a stray cat in the alley. We keep it even though I hate
字幕
cats.
字幕
And now it just happens to pop
Right.
up 5 more? He keeps coloring the grass blue, the ocean green, and then the sky red.
And what's wrong with that?
No, are you kidding? I love it. Were you able to pick up the new book?
Yes, the Manila Galleon was of particular interest.
I meant Benny's book.
Oh, yeah, that's it too.
Insanely expensive, right?
Well,
字幕がストライキを起こした。
And it's stupidly big.
表示待ち、よいしょ。わしゃ。恐竜の人形が増えた。What? あれ不穏なのなんなの怖い。何ん歩いてる。What? ん何がいるって言うんだ。次の日、次第に風景が変わっていくタイプのホラーですか？何？開けるわけじゃない。
I know, it seems impossible that you could ever play something so complex, but just take it one day at a time. Trust me.
Halloween?
You're really getting there, honey. Next week we'll start working on your other hand.
突然なんか上手くなったな。
Okay.
パパ。
Two brackets on each side. Two screws on each
Well.
bracket. Two washers on each screw.
兄弟が増えるか？
So that means we
違
need
うか？
8 washers. We have none. Where the hell are the washers?
Chris said find the zero,
What?
and he just drew an arrow pointing to it.
Well, what's wrong with that?
I mean, everything is wrong with that.
F。冷蔵庫変わりないな。
congratulations, B. First
Oh.
of many, I'd assume.
あ、そこ。あ、じゃあこっちも変わるか。
I want that box full by the
Oh.
time I come in there.
え、片付
You
けて
don't play with it anymore. We're getting rid of it.
あ、give away。お、なくなってる。
This isn't my house. It's not my house.
Right. It's my house.
誰？
You have 5 minutes to get down, or I'll drive it back and you up there.
You're not my house. You're not.
引っ越してきたのかな？お、割れた。お、高くなった。
Fall back, you fool. I'll have your heads. I'll feed them to the cat.
We're not playing
おなりさんが越してきた。こんばんは。めっちゃゆっくり歩くな。
You know, if you really want to take a photo of something cool, you should take a photo of this.
Chloe!
Oh shoot. I think I gotta go.
帰るところ。
Try to take a photo of me running into my house. I'm pretty fast, so I don't think you'll be able to. But you can try.
よ。
What the hell? How did he do that?
あ、消えてった。カラスおる。元気な女の子だな。
Quiet, everyone. Betty's about to play for us.
うわー。めっちゃ上手くなってる。
Wow, L, he's unbelievable. My God, I didn't realize our head of accounting was raising a musical prodigy.
Didn't you used to be a composer yourself, Elle?
No, I don't know if I'd
た
say
まに
that.
つまずいてる。
You used to write your own music, right?
Yeah, but I haven't done that in years. Not since he was 4 or 5 years old.
And what do you do, Richard?
He's a professor.
Of what?
Well, no one really knows.
No, I mean, what's his field?
It's maritime archaeology.
Very cool.
But no one really knows what it means.
かいよ。
It's kind of one of those professions that stops a dinner party short.
Okay, more wine?
I'll have a little more wine, please.
Yeah, what a show.
めっちゃ上手くなってる。
The class is world history. My name is Mr. Isaac. The class will be broken up into
Hey, you.
units.
はい。
Look on your desk. I wrote you something.
机の上？変なお隣さんへ。同じクラスだなんてすごい偶然。これだけは覚えておいてほしいんだけど、学校では何？他人のふりをしてね。
This
え、
is
なんでなんで
I want each of you to write it down. Not doodle on the
なぜ
sidelines, not stare off
はい、
into
はい。過去を忘れる者は同じ過ちを
Now,
繰り
I'm
返す
going
も
on
の
to
だ。
the next slide. Chloe, tell me, what did the quote say?
Right, I definitely know this.
You were taking notes, weren't you, Chloe?
Oh, yes, of course. Come on, dude. Help me
え
Come on, Chloe.
はい。
So, those who do not remember the past, repeat the past. That's right, right?
Indeed, it is. Though I'd prefer you to answer without the help of your boyfriend next time. If we do
過去を
not
正
keep
確
an
に覚え
accurate
ておかな
account
けれ
of
ば。
the past, we are destined to embarrass ourselves in all sorts of ways. And now, on to what you've all been waiting for. Grades. Assessments, 60%. Those are tests and quizzes. Class work, 20%. That's work we do while at class.
あ、重ねて書いてた。
Participation, 20%. I will give you a moment to write this all down.
I tried to convince your father not to buy you that thing, but he insisted. Half suspect he bought it for himself.
元気。
The little guy's actually cute, though. I will admit that.
コンクスタ
Whoever gets paid to think of that crap.
ー。新しいコンクテスタントが現れた。ついに第2期のコンクスタがプレイスケープ、プレイステーションかなバトルに参戦。やほに。
I've definitely seen you next door, but I didn't realize you guys had become friends.
Oh, sure.
あ、ゲームしてる。
We sit together in history class. I don't know what I'd do without old Benny.
Very sweet. Thank you for playing this game with him.
Your dad just thanked me for hanging out with you? That's a very interesting detail. Okay, shut up. I really want this one. Maybe I'll use tickle stick.
あ、描く絵が変わるの
Whoa,
か。
that's a pretty good drawing. You should draw pictures of more different stuff. Not me, though. I'll actually kill you if you try to draw me, and you saw what I'm capable of in your backyard.
描いちゃダメなの？描いち。
Benny, why did you draw me? You're not good enough. I look so ugly. Ugh.
可愛くないか？いい感じだと思うけどな。
It's called a magnet school.
マグネット？はい、うどんしかさん、こんばんは。
It's about an hour
今日は
away in a town
Before
called
Your
Burton. I know
Eyes
the change can be
まばたき
scary,
で
but
操作できるゲームだったけど、そう
I
ね
met the dean I spoke with.
反応がやっぱ良くなかったんで、そのまま普通にプレイしてます。
You know, life can take you to some incredible places if you're really, really good at something.
音楽学校かな？
It's just, you've had so much trouble making
Right?
friends at Playco. I want you at a place where people really get you.
なるほど。
So, what do you think, Benjamin? You think you could excel in that sort of an environment?
ベンジャミン。誰？
Sorry, he gets very shy.
あ
Oh, not to worry. If he's as gifted as you say he is, shyness is no problem. Why don't you two come back closer to the end of the year for an audition? We'll get a few pieces that you can have him start learning. I'm eager to hear what your son is capable of.
あ。ディステン。
So, I understand you were a musician yourself. Where did you study?
Oh, Berkeley. But I was in the composition department.
Ah, and who did you study under?
John MacDonald?
I understand he's very difficult.
Yes. Taciturn is the word I use.
Taciturn. Yes. People have described me that way, if you can believe it.
僕をそう言われます？
Oh, I would never say that about you.
Thank you. I wouldn't either.
You seem very warm. Very caring.
なんか気まずい。何？お、あと。
As you can see, there are some very fast runs in there, and a lot of stuff I've not taught you properly yet. So no pressure. I just want you to try, and we can see if you start enjoying it.
うん。
Just like to see you really rise to the occasion, just this
風
once.
が。
I wish I had the option of going to a school like that when I was your age. I wouldn't be working this boring job or living in this boring town, I'll tell you that.
しわくちゃにする？あんまり音楽の道には行きたくないんだろうな。
Don't answer that, Ben. You can talk to your friend after you practice.
教育ママだ。やだね。ダメなのか。取れなかった。
Oh my god. Is she really calling you again? What, is she obsessed with you?
やがない。
So listen, I found a construct
What
すいより
I explicitly
電話
asked
だ。
you not to pick up the
そう
phone.
だ、ソシャゲだ。
She's fine. Let's talk to her.
Oh, what do you know about anything that's going on right now?
Okay, you
喧
know,
嘩して
I'd
る。
appreciate it if you wouldn't
Ah.
raise your voice like that.
Well, then don't stick your nose into things that you're completely checked out of.
あ、
Okay.
Man,
Maybe
did I just
am
cause
a
a
little
fight
checked out,
with your
but
parents?
I actually
こんばんは。
checked out means
But
I'm
you
able
should
to
also
help
cherish
今日
each
は
other.
Before
My
Your
mom and dad
Eyes や
used to
っ
fight,
てお
and
り
I
ま
would
す。
always hate it. But now I actually miss it a lot. Anyway, so basically across the board,
骨
crustacean
格
types
タイプは
perform
何
well
タイタイ
against
プ。
mollusks.
どうやら瞬き
So
で
we
で
got
き
a
る
new
ゲーム
lead
だ
on
ったよう
lobster,
です
a
が、
lot more in these reef
クリッ
battles.
ク操作に切り
Then,
替えました。
once we get to the trench, we'll be facing what they call craniate types. So, chondric types
え、
will be what
何
we
の話をしてるんだい、黒
But
ヘ。
we haven't even gotten any of
黒
those
ヘ
yet. Anyway, it's all pretty complicated, so we can go over it in history class tomorrow. But listen, I definitely don't want you to play without me.
あ、
But
ゲーム
do end up playing without me. Spend as much time as possible in the red reef because that's supposedly where you can find these chondric types, which we're for sure gonna need. But we'll talk more tomorrow, okay? Okay, I gotta go.
はい。また明日ね。お、アヌビス。
Anubis, in the presence of Ma'at, who you remember is the goddess of truth and justice, would weigh the deceased soul against a feather,
え、え、
determining whether it was worthy of entering into her land of the dead.
うん。
And what if they are deemed unworthy? Well, you can see that ugly
天
fur
秤
ball
のサイ
under
ン
the scale?
見にくいと。
That is Amelie,
ああ、アメ
and
ミッ
she's
ト。
got,
うんうん
and yes,
うんうん。
that's a she, the head of a crocodile, fur
Hey.
of a lion,
Mr. Kid.
はい。
Over here.
hippopotamus.
Desk.
で、お、
Though I would
は
not
い。
say that to her
変
face.
なお隣さん
Now,
に。
as you
今
can
夜パパが寝
see,
たら家を
she
抜
is
け出して
ready
ビー
to
チで寝るつもり。
devour
お、
any of the deceased who do not pass
便
judgment.
秘で苦しんでる絵を描いてみて。
Sort of like me with your weekly quizzes.
なるほどね。
So I am not quite sure why I don't hear more frantic scribbling right now.
Ew. Why is he so scared looking? Okay, I'll call you when I'm leaving my house. You better pick up my call, dude.
ほら。
Slightly worried about having him change schools just as he's starting to make friends.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the only
Eh?
reason she keeps coming here is to play that game you bought for him.
Okay, well, listen, I don't claim to understand the motives of children.
Richard.
But
Benny has a chance here.
うわ
He
ー、
has to be
引
really
っ
good
越し
at
か
something. I mean, this is no offense at all. But I don't think you actually really understand what that is.
no, I suppose you're right.
Oh, Richard, please. God, why is it like that?
親の都合に振り回される子供はかわいそうだぞ。終わった。あっち。夜。
Lights out. You need to be rested for tomorrow. Memory consolidates when you're asleep. So if you go to sleep now, you will awaken a master. Trust me. Richard, tell your son to turn the lights off.
Benny, Mom says turn the lights off.
Not Mom says, you say.
Benny, I say turn the lights off, not just Mom.
Kill me, Richard. We're supposed to be united.
わあ。
Damn it.
Benny, turn those lights off.
え、は、
Anybody? Mom wants
hi.
the light. Benny, we want the lights off.
消したよ。いや、抜け出そうぜ。いや
Wow,
ー。
didn't think you'd actually pick up. I'm a sticky for a baby. I apologize. Okay, so
まあ
meet me out in the
ね。
alley
お、
in
10分後。
T minus now, okay? Chloe out.
悪い子になっちゃえ。
You know, I'm really glad you're here. There's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. Or to get off my chest. Okay. I don't think Kongsters is actually a really good game. My cousin Yoon, he was in town this weekend, and he was explaining how it's actually a rip-off of a really good Japanese game. He calls it a cash grab. So, I'm sorry that I made you like it because it's actually a terrible game. But I also think that if it was a really good game, maybe we wouldn't have enjoyed playing it as much. We would have been so focused on how good it was and not the feelings we had while we were playing it. Like, my favorite vegetable is the tomato, but Yoon thinks that they're the grossest ever. And you're probably the least popular boy in the school, but I also like hanging out with you the most, which was also something I wanted to talk to you about. I like hanging out with you a lot, which is weird because after what happened with my mom, I never like hanging out with anyone.
大事な話を横でしたのに。
So this has been a big surprise for me this year, in a lot of ways. I think I like that you let me talk. My cousin never lets me talk. My dad does, but I can tell he's not really listening.
They hear. ここにいたいよな。
Probably didn't sleep at all. Out in the cold all night. You're already feeling sick, aren't you? It's okay. You still got this. I mean, all the practice had to count for something. Maybe just try and close your eyes now and get a little sleep on the way over.
What?
I'm going to play the recording so the sound of mastery can seep into your subconscious a little, okay? Close your eyes, Ben. We're going to be there soon.
やっぱり音楽の道に進むことになるのか？
In your own time, Benjamin, we are very excited to hear.
.飛んでる。
Okay, I think that's enough. So, Benjamin, why don't we plan on having you come back next year again, once you've had a bit more time to
め
practice?
ちゃむずでしたね。
As you know, Burton isn't the right fit for every student, and I wish you the best of luck on your path, wherever it may take you, okay? All right. I really want to thank you and your mother for coming all the way out here. I know it was quite the drive.
目の前真っ暗。
Maybe I pushed you too hard. Maybe I turned into my own father. I don't know. You have to find something to focus on. The world isn't very kind to people who aren't really good at something.
「大きく遊べ、高く羽ばたけ。
I'm not worried about who you are, Benny. I'm worried about who you're going to become.
親の心こ知らずとは言いますが、逆もまたしかりだな。
We want him home from school for a while.
Hmm?
Just until this nasty thing clears.
症状が改善
Hey,
する
Elle,
まで
would you
休ま
mind
せてく
taking
だ
a
さい。
quick walk with me down to my office?
Eh?
There's a small
何？
clerical thing I need you to look at before I can let you two go.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll be right back, Benny, okay?
Just maybe 5 minutes, kiddo. Okay?
ええ何え What?
It's such a crucial time in his development. He shouldn't be confined to his room.
Yeah, look, having him home for a little means I can spend more time with him. You know? We can focus him, make sure he's staying engaged.
Can we please try to speak a little softer? I really...
おん何が起こっているんだえ何おっと。
This isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school.
ずっと部屋にいるあ、船のおもちゃ。
B, dinner's ready. B, you hear me?
Why isn't your son eating with us, Al?
No. You mean young Vincent? Well, ever since
だんだん上手くなってる。
What about his piano?
Oh, he doesn't play much anymore. But you have to see how good his songs
Show us after dinner.
I mean, if he'll let us. You know how shy the kid is.
あ、もしかしてこれペンタブそう、めっちゃうまいけど。あ、
And Mr. Benjamin Bryn has been awarded first place.
才能が別のところで開花している。
I really gotta thank you for this, Benny. Emma Bills is so pissed that weird camera kid won over her multiple horse portrait that she literally just left with her dad in tears.
あ、これ、馬か。お、美術校入学願書。芸術部でキャリアを積みたいのか2段階で説明しなさい。ほう。え絵で説明してる。
You are not here to learn to be painters. You are here to learn to be artists. And although I was hired to teach you, it is a sham. There is no teaching art. So don't just sit there slack-jawed. Make
What?
art, you ponies. Oh.
はい。ヌーロどれで書くかっていうの
How very wacky and fun these are.
なんか関係するのかな の感性に従ってる
Very
って感じ。
zany. Very kitsch.
縦長骸骨おもろいな。
Lucky for you, the world is always in need of more greeting card artists.
誰か先生か二段階ってそういうまた、お抽象画だ。
There you go, Mr. Brin.
Feel each shape. Oh, you fiend!
I want you all to take a long look at what Mr. Brin has done here.
あっち
He has reached down deep within himself and created a masterpiece.
めちゃ抽象画って感じ。
I pray you have a strong hold on yourself, Mr. Brin. For I fear with talent like these, you may soon be swept away by a whirlwind.
挫折もありつつのって感じ。お
I'm stunned. The ironic sincerity of this piece is so sincerely ironic.
草
He flipped the discourse so thoroughly, I'm actually dizzy.
I know that lots of agents gave you lots of cards, and it all probably feels weird and alienating and the opposite of what being a starving artist is supposed to feel like. But if I can teach you one thing, it's that if opportunity knocks, you open the door. Making a living isn't selling out. I wish I had thought of it that way.
めっちゃ抽象画アーティスト。わあ、教授。
I've never been prouder. One little thing. A birdie told me that
いや、よくわからん絵になった。
I want you to cut that card into little pieces and feed it to an
うわ、過激だ。
Elba Brassenhuber is not in the business of the arts. Elba Brassenhuber is in the business of
ビジネス。
And you, child, you are no businessman. You are an artist. Live like one.
Don't worry. You're not selling your soul.
お、エージェン。何の話をしているんだ。いやー、書かないかな。
Well, look at that. You've crumpled my contract. Whatever you want, kid. Sure, you got talent. But what's talent?
腹立つ。
Okay, that's it. Get out of my office. You know
あ、でもこれはこれでよかったのか
But what are you going to do? Paint me to death?
これにしか興味がない人だ。
To being a difficult artist, the best
This
of
is-
us are. Ah, this is divine. So, now that you've grown your wings, tell me, young master, where will you fly? May I suggest somewhere
Hi,
abroad?
hi.
This American air can be stifling. Ah, now what to eat? If we both only get appetizers, I can afford to go Dutch. Otherwise, I thank you for the dinner.
普通にも隠しって感じか
Honey, stop. Is that a...
Oh my god.
めっちゃ有名人じゃん。抽象画って感じですが。ここだけ違和感すごい。うん。切られたら終わりだ。栄光と挫折の物語だろうか。
Hey, Ben. Don't even pick up this call, okay? I mean it. I'm just calling to inform you that I went to the doctor today, and well, I'm gonna be a little sick for a while, but really, I don't want. Oh, Benny, I told you not to pick up. There's nothing you can do for me right now. All you can do is just keep painting, keep striving. You make that work of true genius.
いや、
I can just tell you're almost
でも
there. So, I'm going to hang up the phone now, and you're just gonna get back to work, okay?
これでいいのか？ママ？
But that's enough from me. Now, you'll hear from the person who I believe is the single thing in the world my wife is most proud of. Her magnum opus, so to speak. I think you all know who I'm talking about. Benny? You ready to come up here?
Go
on, B. Say something. What's wrong? Why aren't you talking?
Papa.
Hey, you. As you know, I talk to big, very important people every day. And there's one thing that everybody is asking me. What's going on with Benjamin Brin? And what am I supposed to say? That I haven't heard from my star pupil in 6 months? You are a snake. You're a fraud. But worst of all, Benjamin, you're a little tease. I have told the world that Benjamin Brain is a genius. I have told the world that Benjamin Brain is silent because Benjamin Brain is hard at work creating his greatest work yet. But you are doing nothing! The world has forgotten you, Benjamin! They have moved on! And I have moved on too. You have broken my heart.
絵が描けない。
Hey, B. Just calling to tell you. I think I'm selling the house. She's everywhere here, son. I can't move without bumping into her. And then I just find myself breaking down again. I hope you understand.
辛いな。
Take whatever you want. With your mother gone, I'm hoping to finally live without all the clutter. I'm just so glad you got to speak to her one last time. I mean,
辛い
I
な
know she told you not to pick up the phone, but, well, I'm just so happy that you did. She just wanted you to focus on your work. That was the only thing that mattered to her. What's that? What's so fascinating?
これ
son?
なんだ開けないアルバム海かおうママなんか構図めっちゃがめひっちゃがめっちゃがだけど
Look. It's unbelievable, Benny. It's like
Papa.
she's standing in the room with us. Like I can see her in the paint. I can feel her.
Ah. お過ぎゆく日作曲家でもまた某
Is that
母
really you? It's Chloe.
え黒
Your
い
neighbor. My God, I can't believe this. It's been
Oh.
years. I just walked
偉大
through
な
the
作
entire
曲家の
show.
一人
It's unbelievable. I'd love to walk through it again with you. I mean, if you were down for that. I just can't believe that my entire childhood
探し続
I
け
was living next to a bona fide genius. And your mom.
出
I
発点
always heard her playing piano from next
Ah.
door, but I didn't. Hey, so
海の苦しみ
not to be forward, but
Ah.
what are you doing now?
手
I'd really love to catch up. I can't believe everything that's happened to you. I want to hear all about it.
What?
Now would you look at that?
メリーマン
I cannot believe my luck.
最初に戻ってきた
Woo-hoo-hoo! You finally hit the jackpot, Flapjack. All the nobody nothings dying every day. You finally sink your hook into a... Oh! Well, there you are. Well, hello, sir. If I had realized, I would have cleaned up. I'm just used to fishing up a different class of soul. I mean, sure, I've had scientists, a couple college athletes here or there, but whew, an internationally renowned painter?
学科
The gatekeeper's gonna eat you up. Hey, speaking of that, why don't we give your story a test run? Maybe you help me out with the word choice, since, you know, I'm still working on that. See if I'm getting all the strokes right, the proper composition.
滑ら
If
か
you
さ
catch my drift.
構図うんうん
Forget about it. All right, here we go. Gatekeeper! Before you stands the soul of a great man. Now, would you describe yourself as a happy kid or a lonely one?
えいや幸せだったんじゃないか
A jovial child or a solid? His childhood was a happy one, growing up in a loving home raised by loving parents in a quaint village by the sea.
まあママはちょっ
And,
と教育ママすぎてあれだったけど
composer or an accountant?
作曲家だった
His mother was a composer who, with the need to support her family, took a job as an accountant. how would you describe her as a teacher? More encouraging or
これを
demanding?
教育者とし
Kind of like
て
your champion or more like a taskmaster?
出すならこれは厳しかったんじゃないだろうか。
Therefore, as his piano teacher, she was over demanding, forcing him to practice day in and day out, hoping that he might one day achieve that
自分
greatness
の
that
夢
she
を
never
ある
could.
し子供に押し付けてた
How
から
about
な。
that neighbor girl? What was she to you? Was she your best friend or your first love?
え、
Now, be honest here.
ベストフレンドじゃないか
Don't
な。
be bashful, man. You can tell me.
But on the eve of his big audition, he completely dropped the ball, staying up all night with his best friend and blowing it the next day. Now, from that moment forward, his mother gave up on him. She knew he didn't have what it took to be a truly great musician. But little did she know, she just picked the wrong medium, right? See, when he was 12 years
具合が
old,
悪くないのに何があったんだろう。
he had to stay inside for an
1年も
entire
ベ
year.
ッドの上だったのか。
And in that year, he rediscovered a talent he'd forgotten. Painting. Sure, he loved finger painting as a child. Color and shape were the first languages he learned to speak. But for the first time, he saw it in a more serious light. He was accepted into an exclusive art school where he caught the eye of an esteemed
教授の目に
professor
止
who
まった。
launched his work into the national spotlight. But be quiet.
めっちゃ泣いてる。
With expectations on his career mounting,
お、
he
破
stalled
産なの
himself
か。
into bankruptcy, which turned out to be a blessing, for it wasn't until he returned home to the house he grew up in that he began work on what would ultimately be considered his masterpiece. I said shut up, you scumballs! You lucky fowls! All right! I get it! I hear what you're saying.
あ、あ、い
Hear
た。
what you're saying.
What?
I had assumed as much anyway. I should probably tell you. Those
嘘つき？
things, they're not regular gulls. They're lyre birds. They're what becomes of souls who try to lie to the gatekeeper. And once they try that, they're never allowed near her city again. I get to feeling bad for not defending them right, so they just stay on with me. Living reminders of my oratory shortcomings.
Oh, yeah, good thinking. I'll be back to get you once I'm done with this one.
飛んでった。
Hopefully you won't be seeing him again.
あ、閻魔大王みたいなもんなんすか。ね、三途の川？
You're a flea-bitten sap. You know that?
何？
Just look at him.
分かってくる。
Poor fool doesn't know what he's in for.
What? ああ。
Now don't think that I haven't dealt with people like you. You're ashamed of something. Something so terrible, you're trying to blink right
まば
past
た
it.
きで忘れ去ろうとして。
Because if the gatekeeper knew, she'd have to dream up fresh new hells to
新
punish
しい
someone
地
as
獄。
worthless as you. And I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're the rottenest soul that I ever fished out of that black muck. And I should have thrown you back and sanitized my paw as soon as I laid eyes on you.
手のひら返しが熱い。何？
But it's too late for that. in this
一緒
together.
に立ち向かうしかない。
The gatekeeper, she'll see right through your fake lies as if they were glass. So I'm gonna ask you again
え
to
最
start
初から
from the very beginning. And this time,
あ
I
え
want the truth.
本当のことを言え。え思ったこ
This
と
ain't a schoolyard
言ったよ。
staring contest, buddy. You best close those beady little eyes.
何ママ
Not this.
これじゃない。はい。
Now
にゃ
play
ん
the
こ。
C major chord I taught you. Remember?
Come on, keep blinking. I have
これじゃ
found
な
it
い
yet.
Doesn't that make you feel happy? Like you just
最初からやるのかと思ったら、
You
え、
know, my
違う
father once told me, when I was about your age, the only way to
え
fight、
メ
against
トロノーム
death
早い。
is
何
to create a work of genius, which might live on after you're gone. So I asked him, what about your children? Thinking, you know, I might be a work of genius just as I was.
I get all this. We need to move.
はい。
This. Stay here.
ここ
What did your mother hear on that phone call?
何ん 何
I'm getting it. Hello? Yes, of course. This is Elle, his daughter.
Oh. Oh, what is it?
See, she knew she hadn't yet lived up to her father's expectations. And now,
うん
she never
答える
could.
ことはできない。
Let's keep going.
You really need to stay in time with the metronome, okay?
You were a prodigal talent. I get it. Let's move.
まだ違う。はい。
Eternally indebted.
What
ビエ
did you just say?
This isn't a trip down memory lane. I need you to stay focused.
God, honey,
あ、溶けてく。
I'm
え
worried too.
はい。
Yes, I understand about the cat. Let's keep going.
え、猫も違う。
How you let this happen?
あ、これ何何がいるのこれ。え赤い。
The death of those cats must have taught you a terrifying lesson. That simply being alive wasn't enough. So then you went to work to make yourself sensational.
あ、
Listen to him, Richard. I'm enlisting him in that competition.
I thought you said competition
So-
took the joy out of playing music.
Not if you
うわ
win.
そんな。だから、練習めっちゃやってたの。うわー。
I like hanging out with you a lot, which is weird because after what happened with my mom, I never like hanging out with anyone.
I know you want to stay here, man, but we don't have the time.
So this
はい。
I'm not worried about who you are, Benny. I'm worried about who you're going to become.
I get all this.
Hey, Elle, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office? There's a...
Come on, keep blinking. I
ここじゃない。
found it.
はい。
focusing.
あ、
Make sure he's
もうこれ、何だったの？
Can you please try to speak a little softer?
もう、猫は、いかんよ。そっか、途中からいなくなったもんね。なんだろうって思ったよ。ああ、どうして。
I mean, what's the point?
What do you mean? What's the point? What does that mean?
What's the point of any of it? If he's never gonna get any better.
Okay. Let's not say that. Okay? We know we don't mean it.
I know I don't. I know.
I mean, what if he heard one of us saying something like that?
I'd never forgive myself.
It's okay. He's asleep.
寝てないんだな、これが。ああ。
I see. You got sick. You howled at the moon, at the top of your lungs.
to いうことなんだ。
You were sick for a long time, weren't you? Sicker than healthy kids are supposed to get? Well, no matter how painful it gets, I need
まだ
you
思い
to
出すこと
remember.
があるの？
We're almost at the end of this. I promise.
This isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school.
そうじゃない？
Try writing with it.
タイプライター。Hi,
Well,
Mom.
hello, Benny. It was your grandfather's, but I used it in college to write lyrics. Exactly. It was very artsy. Actually, I was just good at fooling your dad. Made him think I was some kind of genius.
What do I like about?
Why don't you write the story of your life so far? And then what you're going to do once you get better. That's the story I want to hear. Story of who you're going to become, okay?
どんな人になりたいのか。ベンジャミン・ブリンの素晴らしい人生。もしかして。His childhood was a happy one, growing up in a loving home, raised by loving parents in a 幸せな子供時代を過ごし、温かい家庭で育った。愛情あふれる親に育てられた。海沿いの趣のある村で。ぐるぐる。ぐるぐる。His mother was a 会計士。who was a 会計者作曲家だ。いや、いいのか。養っていた。
Man, this is wild. You really got into this, didn't you? Oh, here I am. But on the eve of his big audition, he completely dropped the ball. staying up all night with his best friend and blowing it the next day. Best friend? Okay, Benny. And you know, we really could have just slept on the beach another night, but I'm also glad we didn't because, well, another night wouldn't be the same night, if that makes sense. Okay, back to the story. He'd loved finger painting as a child. Color and shape were the first languages he learned to speak. Man, you take your doodle seriously. I did not realize, but I respect it. I respect it. I do.
You are going to be in there for about 30
病院
minutes.
だ。
So try to get comfortable.
もしかしてやっぱ寝たきりから
You're doing great, buddy. Just a little longer, okay?
そのままだったのでは？
Knock knock. You're gonna be so annoyed with me,
いや、
but
怖い。
I couldn't help but overhear Chloe reading loud from what I think was your story the other night. I know. I promised myself I wouldn't eavesdrop, but I would really love to read it if you'd let me. What do you say? You know I'm such a big fan of anything you do.
見るの怖いな。やだな。
Can't.
Go in there and tell him you loved it.
I'm sorry, I just can't. Not right now.
Okay, don't worry. Just go to bed. I'll talk to you.
何？
Hey, B.
あ
Just
あ。
want you to know that Mom loved your story. She's just, you know, I think it was just very emotional for her to read. I thought it was great. I mean, look at this. His childhood was a happy one. Growing up in a loving home, raised by loving parents in a quaint village by the sea. I'm certainly glad you feel that way. But what I want to know is, where'd you learn to write so well? All those cool words. Reads like Dickens. Really just very cool stuff, kiddo. You should be very proud, okay? Okay. Love you, buddy.
みんなドア閉めないな。ベンジャミン。ブリンが負け犬だ。あれこそ史上最悪のブリンだった。赤くなっていく。自分の病気と戦おうともしなかった。横たわったまま死んでいった。おい、何？
Benny! Benny! Ben! Oh God! Can you hear me? Richard! Richard, get up!
何？音うるさいよ。わあ。音が、耳が。
So if he's ever in pain, all he needs to do is press that red button and the drug will administer itself.
Thank you so much. You know, I know my wife would normally want to thank you herself.
No, I understand. It hits mothers the hardest, this sort of thing.
Thank you for understanding. It's been a rough one. Hey, Eddie. Yeah, hey man, it's Richard. Listen, I know Elle's been missing in action, but I just want you to understand things have taken a really bad turn here. Yeah, no, that's not going to be possible. To be honest, your whole tone is pissing me off right now. Yes, I understand you have a business to run. It's a very cliche thing to say to me in a time like this. Okay. Well,
お疲れ様です。
well, then I guess all I can say is screw you too. I said screw you too. Yeah, man, that's all I got.
痛みのあれなの？
Hey, this isn't funny, you know? What? You're too scared to talk to me? Well, just so you know you're faking. Because if you were really sick, like actually sick, you'd have told me already. I happen to actually know about this stuff. So the fact that you are faking...
I remember when you were just 4 years old. Mom was going through a pretty tough time. I mean, not as tough as now, but yeah, her music had been rejected, and she's having trouble adjusting to her quiet little life out here, and I feared that I was losing her. But then you played this on the piano, and just your little hands reaching up for the keys. She just couldn't believe how gifted you were. And once she heard that, well, it was like you brought her right back to me. So, I was wondering if maybe you could do that trick again. Try closing your eyes. See if you can remember.
Wait, that's my bass. How did you figure out how to play that?
Mom.
Keep playing, B. She's listening.
いつまで弾けるんだろうか。進めるか。ひょっ。あ、あれ？どうして？
What are you doing, Elle? She's gonna make you sick.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just so happy she's here. We've got to show this cat some real love. She's been through more than we can even imagine. Oh, her poor fur. Richard, we have to give Ernie a haircut, okay?
Getting her a sashimi plate.
What?
What? I think she more than deserves it.
Oh, I think you're right.
うわー。あ、薬増えてる。不在着手。
She hasn't been over. Like, She didn't even care to visit?
No, I mean, I don't think he's told her.
And you're just letting that be?
I don't know her step. You know how Benny is.
She lost her mother a year ago. You knew that, right?
No, but what does that have to do with...
Okay, do we have her dad's number?
I don't know. Check the book.
Okay, I'm calling now.
Honey.
Oh my god, you're an idiot. You do realize this is really nothing special to me. I've seen this all before. I was thinking about what you said in the story the other day and how I reacted to it. I feel kind of bad. I shouldn't have done that. But... Hey! What are you looking at? Don't look up there. Look at me. I'm talking to you.
ダメですか?
I want to give you something. But I think I don't want to be in the room when you see what it is. So maybe if you close your eyes, I can give it to you and I'm gonna leave. Close your eyes now, okay?
Okay. Oh. あなたは私の親友よ。愛を込めて。や。食べれない。薬の量めっちゃある。何？ああ、溶けた。
What is that?
It's something new I'm working on.
So you're writing again?
It's just a melody that came to me. It feels good to play it.
It's sad.
Yeah, well, that would make sense. But do you like it?
I mean, yeah. I love everything you do.
What do you like about it?
Not this old trap.
Go on. I'm waiting.
Well, it made me feel like if the unspeakable darkness I'm carrying can be so well expressed, maybe it's not so unspeakable. Nailed it, didn't I?
Yeah. I mean, that was pretty good.
ああ、想像が進んでるよ。あばばばば。あ、食べれない。あ、溶けた。はあ。ああ。冷え。あ、溶けた。
I can't breathe.
I know.
It's okay, Benny, I understand. There's no need to show me anymore.
No, Richard, it's like I can't breathe. Like there's this clamp on my chest.
I know. It's okay.
You can come back to me now.
Hi.
You have to do something. Richard, I can't breathe. I feel like I can't breathe.
It's okay, Benny, just close. You know, for a while now, I've wondered if I'm just not a good enough storyteller. If I just don't have grand enough words, can't tell grand enough stories. But grand words and stories, I think they may be overrated. I know just what to tell her.
彼女に何を伝えればいいか。
Watch for her now. I've seen the gatekeeper take many forms depending on the soul I bring her. But once you see her, you'll know.
Believe me.
俺を信じろ。
I should go get ready. Don't worry. We got this. I think.
何が来るんだ。どこまで行くのこれ。なおちゃん？お、猫。
There she is. Wish me luck.
頼みます。
Gatekeeper, before you sits the soul of a child who died before he could grow old.
That means she's ready to hear your story.
You know, I never told you how much I loved your story. It's really so imaginative, and the person you wrote about is such an interesting and intense guy. My only issue was, well, I didn't like him very much. So, I wanted to read you something I wrote for you, which is about the Benny I've known for 11 years now. It's called The Great Life of Benjamin Bryn.
これがあれか最初に見てたや
Benjamin
つ。
was born into an ordinary home, to an ordinary mother and father in a small town by the sea. His mother was a composer, or at least that's what she dreamed she'd be. So, when her own dreams didn't pan out, she began to dream for him. But then, when he was just 11 years old, he got sick and was forced to stay inside for an entire year. And in that year, he began to worry that he hadn't lived enough. So he made up a story of the great life he thought he wanted to live, which only made him forget the great life he already had. How he had filled a new home with light and joy and promise. How he met a girl, his neighbor, who felt all alone in the world and made her feel okay again. And how, even when he was sick, he still gave his parents hope. How he reminded them exactly who they were after they had almost forgotten. So when he knew he was going to go, he was okay. Because he'd already lived a great life, a full life. And he was everything he needed to be, just as he was.
Ooh.
She accepts. Close your eyes now. And keep them closed.
Hi.
She's gonna let you in.
Why is he smiling like that?
It must be somewhere that he likes.
Before your eyes. 終わったー。あやー、なるほど。
I wanna be somebody.
ちょっとだけ音量を下げます。なるほどな。病に倒れた少年の話だったわけだ。 いやー、嘘つきやろうって言われた時には何が起こったんだって思ったけど。なるほどねー。いやー、どっちでも苦しい感じだった。結構、ホラー要素ありましたね。いやでもね、猫の子供が、血まみれなのは、なんでだいやー、心に来るな。これがエモーショナルってこと？いやー、でもママが書いた物語的にはあれか、素晴らしき人生って言っても人生を全うしたっていう結びだけだから、別に芸術家の話は関係ないのかな。じゃあやっぱ少年が思い描いた幸せな人生ってことだったのかな。だが彼は幼くして亡くなったのだっていう。クロエはちゃんとお隣さんでいるんだよね。なんかちょっと不安になるシーンがあったから、ちょっとびっくりしちゃった。で、買いながらなんかいろいろギュッと詰まったお話だったな。おもろかった。なんか選んだことによって分岐そこまで多くないというか、そのまま進んでいきそうだから一本ちかな。途中何こだってなりましたけど、とても良いお話だったなぁというお気持ち。時間弱でしたね。いやー、人気あるんかな？ちょっと気にはなりますね。選んだことによってなんか会話のやりとりはちょっと変化しそうだけど、でも、ほぼほぼ一本道なんじゃないかな？まばたきで話が進むっていう面白い作りですけど、なんだろう、要素全部楽しむには、マウスクリックの方がいいっていう、ちょっともどかしい操作感だな。じゃあ、今日の配信は、このエンドロール終わったら終了としましょうかね。明日は、ちょっくら赤い村で、ネザー要塞を攻略しに行きます。ちょっと、自分の今の装備確認後でしような。で、明後日は、下バレやるかな？おそらく。という感じでございますので、よろしければそちらもといったところ。 Thank you for playing. はい。では、本日の配信はこれにて終了といたしましょう。お疲れ様でした。はい、お疲れ様でした。ありがとうございます。ご視聴いただきましてありがとうございました。またお会いいたしましょう。